Dermatologists have it all wrong. I'm sorry, but I gotta say it. Their approach to skincare is extremely aggressive. So they're having you use all these powerful retinoids to force cellular turnover at the expense of your very precious hydration and moisture, sacrificing that epidermis, that protective lipid barrier, not forgetting, it doesn't serve them that well. So ignoring the fact that you can boost collagen plenty through diet and supplementation, but once you destroy that lipid barrier and that protective fat layer and also that protective epidermis, you're in for a really hard and difficult journey. So youth equals moisture and hydration. So in this video, we're gonna learn how to max that out to keep your skin as glowing, as youthful, as plump as possible. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nadia Benchakroun, your guide to better skin naturally without intervention. I founded the Functional Beauty Principles, addressing great skin through diet, supplementation, and clean skincare that's not introducing toxins to your skin and body. You'll find my top recommendations for the best skincare and supplements on thebeautydoctrine.com. As always, I'll address any topic. I start with diet because your skin is your biggest organ. It's connected to your body. Whatever you put in your mouth is going to affect it greatly, even more than skincare or any intervention. Healthy fats are the building blocks of a beautiful, youthful skin, and not just the skin, your brain. Your brain is made up of fat. We are made up of fat. We absolutely need it to make hormones. If you are low on fat, you're not making hormones effectively, and hormones are the engine of the body. If your hormones are off, you cannot function properly. And of course, your skin suffers as a result. So if you're trying to reverse aging and you're skipping the fat, you can't get too far. Our cell membranes are made up of fat, so it's really important to constantly moisturize to keep those cells vibrant and to keep them supple and to keep that elastic, and so it needs to be constantly moisturized. Topical moisturizers are not going to be enough. I will get to skincare at the end of the video. What matters so much more is that internal moisturizer. Consistent intake of high quality fats can also reduce inflammation, which typically retinoids create within your system. All right, so let's talk about the good fats versus the bad fats. At the top of the list are going to be omega-3 fatty acids. Those are your anti-inflammatory fats. They make your brain function beautifully. They give you concentration, they reduce depression, anxiety, and they lubricate your entire body. Amazing, amazing. You cannot skip your omega-3 fatty acids. I love to get my omegas from fatty fish like wild-caught salmon and wild-caught sardines, but also supplement on those days when I'm not consuming fish, supplement with a high-quality omega-3 supplement. I have my favorite linked up in the comments below and available on thebeautydoctrine.com. Next class of high quality, much needed fats are the monosaturated fats, and those you can find in your nuts, seeds, and in the very precious olive oil. If you're not consuming olive oil every day, you're missing out. And also find them in avocados. These fats maintain that integrity of the cell membrane, creating a very strong and resilient skin barrier. So if you have a compromised lipid barrier, load up on your avocados, olive oil, and nuts. Next class of fats are the medium chain triglycerides, and those are the MCTs. I'm sure you've heard of coconut oil. It's high in MCTs, which are also anti-inflammatory, highly moisturizing, and can act as hormone balancers. These fats are quickly converted into energy, so it's great to put a little bit of MCT oil in your morning coffee, or if you feel sluggish midday, have something with coconut. I love to cook my rice in coconut oil. It's super beneficial for your brain function, metabolic health, and of course, supple and radiant skin. I don't love it too much directly on the skin as 100% pure coconut oil. I like it diluted in formulations because it can be comedogenic, but I love it as a body moisturizer. Next class of fats is called phospholipids, which you can find in eggs, krill oil, which by the way are really high in that retinol naturally, and they also contribute to that integrity of the cell membrane. Now, let's talk about the bad fats. Unfortunately, they're everywhere. If you are eating at restaurants, if you're buying processed foods, packaged foods, even your cereals, things where you would not even imagine that you would have harmful fats, trust me, they're everywhere. Those are highly processed and cheap fats. So you name it, cottonseed oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, vegetable oil, corn oil, and so on. Aside from the toxic load, the heavy chemical processing, the solvents, the added fragrance, yes, they add perfume, because if there's no perfume added to those fats, they would be so rancid and so smelly, you would not want to touch them. Now, in addition to all of that, they are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which are not the so great ones. We can have them, but in moderation. We always have to have more omega-3 than omega-6 in our system, but the opposite is true with our modern lifestyles. You always want to aim at increasing your omega-3s because those are the anti-inflammatory ones versus omega-6, which are pro-inflammatory. If you're somebody that consumes chicken primarily as your source of protein, chicken is pretty high on that harmful omega-6. You want to balance out your diet with high quality sockeye salmon, as well as grass-fed, grass-finished beef, and of course those precious eggs. The next class of very harmful fats are trans fats, which you'll find in processed foods and also fried foods. They're highly inflammatory. They cause rapid cellular damage, contributing to metabolic dysfunction. And when it comes to your skin, they can contribute to those acne breakouts big time. I have to mention one fat that's supposed to be good and yet it's mostly bad, and that is avocado oil. Unfortunately, there's very little regulation when it comes to foods that we purchase. There was a lab that tested most avocado oils on the market and found that many of them are blended with those harmful seed oils. Many didn't even have a drop of avocado oil. Let's talk about how fat influences aging beyond just moisturization and maintaining that cell membrane. Fats not only nourish your skin, but they influence your body's ability to fight off those 12 hallmarks of aging. And the 12 hallmarks of aging are what I'm addressing in this longevity series. To learn about them and understand them, you will find links to additional videos in the description below. So the consumption of good fats can impact nutrient sensing, nutrient delivery and assimilation, mitochondrial dysfunction, and chronic inflammation, all of which are contributors to that rapid aging. And by the way, fat does not make you fat. It's a myth. Fat, in fact, helps you lose weight because it facilitates the exit of waste out of your body and the assimilation of nutrients. What makes you fat is actually excess sugar and carbohydrates, which turn into fat in your body. We must embrace that fat, not be afraid of it. Back to that nutrient assimilation, fat-soluble vitamins are essential to our health, like vitamin D, vitamin K. Hopefully you're taking those every single day. Also vitamin A. There are various nutrients that our bodies need, but they are fat-soluble. Hence, they need to be consumed with fat for them to be able to work. Now, let's talk about healthy fats that will nourish your skin and strengthen that lipid barrier topically. At the very top of my list are 3 oils: jojoba, rosehip oil, and hemp seed oil, all of which you can find in Barrier Repair Serum. Adore this. I cannot be without it. I've been using it now for probably 10 years, morning and night, without fail. Those 3 fats, organic of course, serve various functions in the skin. So jojoba is the first one. That is the most skin compatible oil with our lipid barrier. It's made up of ceramides, and our lipid barrier is primarily comprised of ceramides. It's going to help reinforce the strength and resilience of that lipid barrier. Hence, your skin will be a lot less susceptible to aging, to inflammation, to redness, to sensitivity, and so on. The second oil there is rosehip oil. That is the most anti-aging oil. I don't like it alone because it can be aggressive on the skin, but buffered with jojoba, it's just perfect. It's high in trans-retinoic acid, which is retinol. It converts into retinol in your skin, as well as vitamin C. All of us know at this point that vitamin C is integral to collagen production, to breaking down pigmentation, fighting off oxidative damage, and so on. And lastly, hemp seed oil is one of 2 oils on the planet that has amino acids, because hemp seeds are an actual protein. Proteins are what comprise our skin. Collagen is a protein, elastin is a protein, and so that's a fabulous oil. It's very supportive for your collagen. Other great fats to note are shea butter. That can be very good. Look for it in occlusives. Top of the list is going to be Skin Savior. It's got a beautiful, beautiful blend of those very famous frankincense oil, castor oil, but also you have shea butter, you have beeswax, grapeseed oil. It melts onto your skin, and it's just a beautiful overnight occlusive that's going to trap all that moisture into your skin, preventing moisture loss and dehydration, which are why you age. There are so many oils on the market, so I can't get to all of them, but there's one more that's noteworthy, and that is argan oil. So if you're someone that's very dry, select an oil that has argan. There is one on thebeautydoctrine.com, Hene Organic Serene. That's one of my absolute favorites, with a beautiful blend of oils, not essential oils, but plant oils that are nourishing and protective to the skin. Let's mention one more oil. Sensitive skin is on the rise. Many of my clients suffer from it because of the overuse of all these harsh chemicals and retinoids and alpha hydroxys and so on. So a lot of people are getting sensitized. If you are one of those, if you're really sensitive, if you feel that your lipid barrier is super compromised, you can't even tolerate rosehip oil, then go for plump oil from this brand called Le Prunier. So you'll see that on my website. I'm going to link up all of these recommendations down below. In the next video, we're going to dive into mitochondrial health and why maintaining your mitochondria, those are the energy centers of the cell. If you maintain those, you are starting to reverse that clock. So don't miss the next video. Make sure that you're subscribed, and there's some bell button they tell me that you want to hit, and that will allow you to be notified every time I post a new video. If this video was of any value to you, please give it a like and add a comment. Let me know. I would love your feedback. Any topic suggestions you want me to talk about, or product reviews. I have a separate series for product reviews, so I'll be happy to take a look at those products for you. Until the next video, be well, be safe, be beautiful. Take care.